Hey, what's up you guys? This is Bart from TST Industries. I have a TST garage video here for you with a Suzuki DR650. We've run into an issue while installing some signal lamps on this particular model bike where the signals flash much faster than the OEM signal rate of 85 cycles per minute. This is because when going to LED type signals from incandescent lights that the OEM typically fits on these bikes, you end up drawing much less current from your OEM signaling relay, and that relay is designed to let you know that something is awry. Maybe a bulb is out, maybe something's happening. It just flashes much faster to alert you that's happening. I'll demonstrate the symptom here. As you can see, it's flashing pretty fast. Normally, when you first power up your bike, when you have stock signals on it, it does flash a lot calmer. We also found another problem that is very prevalent on these bikes. When you install LED signals versus the OEM incandescents, you also get two sides flashing at the same time. And this is because the grounds of the signals are coupled through the dash light, and because the LEDs take so much less current to fire and actually light up, the residual current in the other leg, instead of going to ground, it actually lights up the signal. So there are other solutions out there on the market. I've seen some companies sell a bag of diodes and an instruction how to solder them in. We chose to make a plug and play setup that goes under the headlight shroud here. You basically take this off with 3 screws. You unplug one of the connections that goes to your dash lighting system, your indicator lights. You connect this in line, close it back up, and you're good to go. So in this video, we will show you how to remedy both of those problems and go from this hyper flash, dual flash, to having the appropriate signal light up for left and right, and also calm down the flash rate with our beautiful plug and play flasher relay. Now, you may need one of these solutions, you may need the other, or you may need both. So since these are the very common problems associated with going from OEM incandescent bulbs to LED, I chose to demonstrate this all in one video. Both of these products are available on our website, tstindustries.com. So if this fulfills your needs, head on over there and check it out. One other thing that I want to mention about this relay is that if you take off the cap, you will be able to access an adjuster. So if 85 cycles per minute is not the rate that you want, this comes set at 85 cycles per minute. If you want to fine tune it, it's very easy. I'll show you how to do it. All right, let's start by removing the headlight shroud and plugging in our diode mod, and then we'll go over to the relay. All right, this step will be very simple. We need to remove 3 Phillips head fasteners. One of them is right here, one is right here, and the opposite side here contains the third one. I'm going to use number 3 Phillips to remove them. The side fasteners are the shorter ones, and the one in the middle under is a little bit longer. Remember that for reassembly. These fasteners do go through T-washers, and those are held in by friction into the shroud. Make sure that for reassembly, they're still in there. They can potentially pop out, and if they do, you want to replace them. Make sure that you're not smushing the plastic against the bracket. All right, here we have all the wiring contained. There's an accessory plug here. We're gonna attempt to make sure everything goes back in the same fashion. We do have a removable cable tie. And then we have this sleeving here. Once you undo the sleeving, you will need to find a 6-conductor connector. There's an MTW 110 connector. It does have 6 conductors in it. There are others that are blue in here, but this is the only one that's blue and also 6 conductors. This is very simple. Really can only fit one way. We just plug it in line, test it before we go any further. We have left and we have right, all separated. that's pretty much it. I'm gonna power down the bike and get all of our wiring back in here. Close up the sleeving. Redo your wire tie. And I like to put the wire that was on top back where it was. Now I got this wire tie around this bundle and also through the bracket for the headlight. That is how it comes from the factory, and that keeps it in place instead of jiggling around. Now we're gonna put this shroud back on, and then this part's gonna be done. All right, this installation is complete, and now I'm going to show you how to install the relay. For this installation, we're going to need our number 3 Phillips and also a 12mm socket. We are going to remove this panel here. Also has a T-washer. Make sure you keep it with the screw. Push forward to clear the locking system. It interlocks back here against this boss, and then also has a little hole to accept a peg that exists here in the front of the airbox. Once that comes off, we can get rid of this 12mm head screw. And then I'm going to repeat the process on the other side of the bike. Now to clear the seat, we are going to push it back and lift up on the rear. Has 2 locking features here and against the tank, and then we just lift it off. All right, here under the seat compartment, we will identify our flasher relay. We could pull it out of the rubber keeper that suspends it here in the frame. I'm gonna press down on the locking feature for the connector, withdraw the connector, and chuck this thing in the bin. Grab our TST relay, has the same connector, it just plugs right in, and now you either suspend it or you can go ahead and adjust the flash rate to your liking. If you are not adjusting the flash rate, then you could skip the next steps I'm going to show you and then just fast forward through that and go straight to how to hook this up to here. If you are going to fine tune the adjustment, then the gray cap needs to come off, and typically the circuit board will come with it because it's just held by friction. And if it does, you can just pull out and stuff it back in here. The reason why I like to keep this cap in here is because I have a place to hold it without holding any of the components, and also I'm able to locate the 2 pins properly where they go. Now, before we power up the bike to perform the adjustment, I want to make sure that you guys understand you don't want to touch this when it's powered up to any ground, because you may short it out and damage it and void your warranty. So make sure you hold it in your hand, power up the bike, turn on a signal that you can actually see, and then if you go right or clockwise, slow it down. Counterclockwise speeds it up. You have to give it like a second or a second and a half to catch up with itself. And then from that point forward, you just adjust it to where you like it. I'm gonna go back to roughly where we started because that's the flash rate I like. And that's good for me there. Power down the bike, grab the cap, and in here, you can see that there is a channel in the walls for accepting this circuit board. So that needs to be slipped over like this. And now this is ready to go in. All right, the way I like to hang these in here is connector down through here, and our suspension clip, I like to force it out a little bit so it's easier. That part actually goes over this rubber and locks itself in place. Tug on this just a little bit so I could push it through the suspending rubber. Plug it back in, and then get it suspended. Now from this point forward, the rest of the process is the reverse order of this assembly. So I'm just gonna speed through it, and we're gonna go to outro. All right guys, that's pretty much it. Nice and simple. If any of these solutions will help you with your symptoms on your bike, check out tstindustries.com. We have these parts in stock, ready to go. Also, we have some other cool parts that may interest you. Come on down, check it out. Ride safe, see you later.